I am Niyati Ahire, student coordinator for today's session, and I would like to welcome you all to the launch of IGBC student chapter at B.R. Harne College of Architecture. Before we get started, I would like to express my sincere appreciation to all of you who have contributed to the launch of the student chapter. With the last week celebrated as World Green Building Week, today's session will only help in reinforcing the acceleration of sustainable buildings for everyone and everywhere. IGBC was formed by Confederation of Indian Industry (CII) in 2001 with the vision to enable a sustainable built environment for all and facilitate India to be one of the global leaders in the sustainable built environment by 2025. The objective of IGBC student chapter is to create awareness and impart knowledge on green buildings and also create a platform for students to interact with industry professionals. I hereby request our principal, architect Trupti Biswas ma'am, who is an architect and urban designer with more than 23 years of professional experience in large-scale architectural, interiors, commercial, corporate, and hospitality projects, and 12 years of teaching experience in prestigious institutes as well. Trupti ma'am has made valuable research contributions to urban design and is in fact pursuing her PhD in urban designing. She has also shown active participation and some seminar presentation and design exhibitions. To top this amazing portfolio, she has also been appreciated for her skills as a speaker and been awarded for her architectural and design contributions. I request our principal, Trupti ma'am, to speak a few words on this proud occasion and welcome our esteemed speakers.
Trupti ma'am, are you there? Just give me a moment. I think there is some network issue. Just give us a second, please.
Hello, Rumi. Good afternoon. Rumi engineer.
Hi, good afternoon.
I am Poddar here. Prashant Poddar, apna Godrej Construction Division.
Yeah. Hi.
Welcome.
Thank you.
I have been teaching in this college for last 6 years. The year I retired in 2015, this college started.
Okay.
How are you, Rumi? How are you?
Fine. Thank you.
Okay.
Trupti ma'am has faced some network issues. She is just rejoining. Yes, Trupti ma'am.
Hello, yeah, I was having some issues connecting through the laptop. Nevertheless, warm greetings to all. I hope my sound is audible.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, you are audible, Trupti ma'am.
Okay, I tried connecting through the mobile now. Okay, so warm greetings to all of you all. It's with great pleasure that I hereby open the long-awaited launch for IGBC student chapter launch at B.R. Harne College of Architecture. And as we all know, that sustainability being the synonym of architecture today, uh, I feel extremely honored to have our young budding architects joining the League of Green Building Architecture. And here I find a larger opportunity for them and also for all of us as faculty team uh, to be here, present here today to get the opportunity to work with those who have and have a regular exchange with the latest that is happening as innovations under green buildings. And it's a very stronger connect that we'll get through this launch. We will be able to, work more closely with the industry stalwarts in sustainability. With that, this chapter will open out opportunities of various meaningful platforms for our students and faculty at B.R. Harne College of Architecture. I take this opportunity to welcome IGBC Mumbai Chapter Chairman, Architect Sandeep Shikre sir, who will give the IGBC Student Chapter launch special address today. Mr. Rumi Engineer, who is the committee member, IGBC Mumbai Chapter, who will be introducing the chapter to all of us today. Mr. Sandeep Talolikar, committee member of IGBC Mumbai Chapter, Mr. Bhavesh Mehta, committee member IGBC Student Chapter, Mumbai Chapter, and Ms. Sri Rekha, who is the counselor of CII IGBC. I also extend my warm welcome to architect Rishikesh Harne sir, trustee of BR Harne College of Architecture, and Dr. Patil sir, who is the principal of Engineering College of BR Harne College campus. And here, I also welcome our entire faculty team and my dearest students to this launch. I would hereby, like to introduce further Rumi sir, who will be introducing the student chapter to us. He being, one of the most senior most in the IGBC chapter, and he's a senior general manager and head of energy management and green initiatives. I welcome you on board, sir. It's it's a very long achievement CV of Rumi sir. I'll be just mentioning a few points about him. Rumi sir, welcome on board. He's a qualified electrical engineer from VGTI Mumbai, and he's a lead AP US GBC, BEE certified energy manager, ECBC master trainer. He is a member of ISHRE, IPA, IGBC, CII Environment Committee Western Region. So we are extremely lucky to have you on board, sir, to have at the inauguration, the launch, and also to be the one who will be introducing the chapter to the students. Rumi Engineer sir leads. I think there's a parallel sound echo, Ketki ma'am.
I'll just tell you, ma'am.
Good afternoon to each one of you. I am Niyati Ahire, student coordinator for today's session, and I would like to welcome you all to the launch of IGBC.
So please bear with us. Dr. has, I think, faced some network issue again. She'll be joining us. Ma'am, your voice is not audible.
You're on mute, ma'am.
Okay, I'm sorry that I had to rejoin again. There was a parallel echo coming from the next device. So Rumi sir, that's the brief introduction that we can have for Rumi Engineer sir. He leads the energy management and greener initiatives at Godrej and Boyce Manufacturing Company Limited. Across a 38 years prolific association with Godrej, he has managed and led in a variety of roles, including operations and maintenance of industrial processes and systems, project management, energy management, green building consultancy services. His passion for sustainability and energy conservation shines through his active engagement in green space in the industry today. So with that, sir, you will be taking ahead the introductory part of the student launch, but I will take this opportunity to also speak a few words about architect Sandeep Shikre sir, who will be our prime guest speaker for the day. Shikre sir doesn't need a separate, introduction. We are all very well aware that, he's made his own achievements standing by his very, strong achievements in the industry today. Everyone knows about him. But still, I'll, take this, will not miss out on this opportunity to speak a few words about him. Architect Sandeep Shikre sir is the President CEO of SSA Architects. He is an US GBC lead accredited professional. He has a deep commitment towards sustainable development and is the founding member of IGBC and also chairman of IGBC Mumbai chapter. He is a patron of CTBUH, the Council for Tall Building in Urban Habitat, whose head office is in Chicago, USA, and is an advisory committee for several forums. He spearheads SSA Architects with a team of 250 plus young, dedicated, committed professionals with a diverse portfolio. SSA has, to its credit, numerous national and international awards and is one of the leading architectural full service firms in the country. SSA is specialized in providing highly innovative design solutions that are environmentally sustainable and is a proud recipient of several IGBC gold and platinum rated projects totally at measuring 2.5 million square feet, while 4.5 million square feet of green footprint is on the anvil. So that's from my end to all of you all, and I look forward for this interesting session to unfold and open up with all the very strong lineup of speakers who will be opening out one gems regarding the IGBC, what the chapter has to offer to us. Yes, over to you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Trupti ma'am. BR Educational Campus was established under the dynamic leadership of Mangesh Rane sir, the president of Jai Shri Siddhivinayak Foundation, with the aim of fulfilling his father's vision of providing educational opportunities in these rural and semi-urban areas around Wangni and Badlapur. Our trustee, Mr. Rishikesh Rane sir, and passionate architect himself, has played a crucial role in the development of our college, creating an environment conducive to learning and enhancing creativity. I take this opportunity to request Rishikesh Rane sir to say a few words. Rishikesh sir, are you there? Rishikesh sir, are you there? I think sir might be facing some network issues. Trupti ma'am, should we go ahead?
Yes, please. Yes. We will request sir to, speak a few words when he is able to join. We can go ahead with the proceedings.
Okay, okay. Patil sir, the principal of B.R. Rane College of Engineering, is one of the founding member of this institution and is the strongest pillar over here. So I request Patil sir to please say a few words. Ma'am, I think there's some network issue going on in college because Patil sir also is not available right now. Niyati, can you go ahead, please?
Sure, ma'am.
Thank you.
I would like to invite today's speaker, committee member Rumi Engineer Sir, to introduce IGBC student chapter. Over to you, Rumi sir. Sir, you'll have to unmute yourself.
Now, is it okay?
Yes, you're audible.
Okay. the screen. Can you see my screen now?
Yes, yes, Rumi.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. So good afternoon, everybody. Thanks very much. Good afternoon to Principal Tripti Biswas, Rakesh ji, and Patil ji from Principal of Engineering College, faculty members and the students. It gives me a great privilege and a pleasure to be associated with IGBC Mumbai chapter students chapter to conduct this program, and it's a really pleasure to be associated B.R. Harne College of Architecture. So thanks very much for giving the opportunity, and on behalf of my colleagues, I express my thanks. So before getting into this presentation, I would just like to set the context. See, before getting into the buildings actually and the green building, what are the detailing and what are the nuances of this entire rating system and how it goes about it. So why it has become very crucial and why it has become very critical at this juncture. So if you look at this slide, so in short, we have got only one planet, that is we have got one Earth, okay? And actually we are drawing the resources from 1.7 Earth. Actually, we don't have another Earth, but it is just for the understanding, the green bar tells you that over from 1970s, whatever the resources on the Earth we have, so ultimately resources is not only energy, it's not only water, the minerals, everything. So we were making good for a 1 year of time. Slowly, if you see this red bar graph has started increasing and we are depleting by month of August, if you look at it. Last year being a pandemic, if you will observe, there is a slight marginal increase. So ultimately what it is trying to portray over here is okay, we are in depth for rest of the months which of the year which we are in. So here we don't have any planet B. See, normally when we say plan A, what it fails, so here we don't have planet B. Okay. Ultimately, people are talking about net zero, climate risk, climate change. Even if you see the Mumbai city is joining into it, and there is a climate action plan which is being worked out for the entire Maharashtra, and a lot of states are doing it. Now, looking at climate change, people are talking about 1.5 degree versus the 2 degree. So here we are trying to understand if we can restrict our warming to 1.5 degree by 2100, that is the end of the century. If you look at it, what are the impacts which will have? So it will have impact on a lot of various aspects. But here I'm trying to bring out something which is very relevant to all of us. That is extreme weather condition. I don't have to elaborate. But against 100%, there is a 170% risk. That means the risk increases manyfold. Even if you look at the water is the most critical. Even if you don't have energy, you can start a DG and run your building. But if the water is not available, the entire process comes to a halt. Be it an industry, be it a commercial building, be it an institutional, be it a college, be it a school. So talking about water is a main lifeline of the livelihood, impacting people. Clean availability of water, that is one thing is very important. And secondly, ultimately, it's the livelihood of the people we are talking about. So rest, everything is all consequential. That means if you see the sea level rise and the cost and food security and chlorobron, I'm not getting into it. So these are some of the very, very important aspects which I'm trying to touch upon. So coming to the actual detailing of what is the role and the importance of the buildings in our lives and future. If you look at it, urbanization is going to happen. And it is going to happen more so at a rapid pace once this pandemic and all that thing is over, because a lot of people are moving to the cities. There is a lot of things which are happening. The infrastructure is creaking at its seams. It is not going to keep pace about it. So ultimately, we have to have a very responsible, some sort of a development process in place. So we are talking about an integral part of a human history. That's what I just called. And if you are going to continue to define the journey of the human growth and development, it is very, very critical because 80% human life are spent in this building. So when we are talking about building, see, I come from the industry background also. If you look at one industry, obviously, depending on the industry, the energy consumption is much high. But if you take at the overall aggregate footprint of the building consumption is quite significant. You'll be surprised. It's around 50% of the energy. Okay. And a lot of resources, it generates lots of waste, environment, ecology footprints are there, carbon footprints are there. today we are talking about carbon footprint emission reductions. Okay, so we have got a nationally determined contributions for India, where we have benchmarked and we have said by 2005 level, we will be reducing by 30 to 32% by 2030. So this is how the benchmark goes. Global warming, which talked about, and providers of the optimum work-living condition. So these are some of the roles and the importance of the building which we are looking at. So if you see, there are a lot of studies which has happened. So a good building, a well-designed building really helps the cognitive ability. You are the students, you are going to work in future, and we are all working most of the time, be it from home, be it from office. So cognitive ability plays a very, very important role. So right starting from the school to the house to the hospital to the malls, it really enables a well-being of a person. A well-designed a structure, well-designed building, it really enables the well-being of a person. An overview, if you are looking at the Indian building sector, the construction sector, okay, it's not very organized as compared to our industry. See, why I'm saying comparing with our industry, in our industry, we have got a safety officer, we have got OHS people, we have got a lot of processes in place, we have got energy managers, etc., etc. So if you look at it, construction comparatively, it's a major economical driver, but compared to industry, it's not very organized. So if you look at it between 2004, a lot of addition of our commercial and residential footprint has happened. Building sector is again the largest consumer of energy. There are various industrial sectors. If you look at it, 47 and 28% by the industrial sector. Building is consuming 47 sector. Out of which, very, very important thing to note is residential building takes quite a significant amount of a share. It's around 93% of the total building, as per the IEA study of 2007. You know, in any building, one of the major constituents of energy is air conditioning and lighting. And believe me, this is all addressable. I'm not talking about only new construction. We have the tryst with the existing building as old as 30 years, 50 years old. And believe me, there is a great opportunity as an architect if you look at it. So there is a great opportunity. Why it is a great opportunity, you will ask me, because the technology is leapfrogging, the technology is developing. So obviously anything which is more than 10 years old, obviously 30 years old, it holds a very good promise with the technological improvement, with a lot of energy saving, lot of footprint, lot of water improvement, lot of waste management process can be put in the building, and building can become, we are talking about a net zero or a near zero building. So that is a new thing which is coming up and which is catching up very fast. So energy efficiency in lighting, etc., I'm not going to elaborate much. So new building, it holds a very good saving potential of 40% and plus. Why? Because we don't benchmark, we beat the standard. We know the benchmark. Okay. So there is the ECBC code, there is a ISHRE code, there is a ASHRE code, there are a lot of codes which are available. National Building Code has been revised and come up in 2016-17. So if you look at the built environment overall, so operational domain of the building revolves around right from the planning. It's very important. Planning stage is very, very critical, and you from the architectural fraternity, I would like to pay lots of attention during the planning, draw the attention of the clients and do things right. Otherwise, what happens, doing the re-engineering, it really costs. At the same time, there is a time scale also, and people are averse to doing a lot of changes. So planning, designing, construction, operation and maintenance, where our engineers come into place. So see, well-designed, well-planned construction, it's not necessary that if you don't operate and if you don't maintain your systems, your building will never operate as per design and you will not get the benefit. So designing and planning has to be given very due importance. Building costs. See, it is not only the first cost. That's why we are talking about a life cycle cost analysis. So this is something very, very important, and it has been very well accepted by the developers, by the builders, by everybody, you know. So because if you look at it, only the first cost, definitely that's not. And if you look at the life cycle of a building is more than 50, 60 years. So obviously we have seen that a well-designed, a good green building, it pays by itself within a span of 2 to 3 years, okay. And even if you see, the benchmark has really improved a lot over a period of time. The cost has come down because of the availability of the materials, etc. Going green is a necessity. It's a must to do and not a good to do. I would put it that way. Each building is unique. So there is no copy paste. You may have two buildings in a place of Mumbai, in a place of say Thane or a Mulund. So they may both look identically, apparently, okay, but their operations will be different. What I mean to say is, if you cannot compare a BPO, a data center, and a mall having the same footprint, or even if a normal commercial or banking building. So architects, engineers, everybody has got a critical role to play and a responsibility to come up with a good built environment. IGBC, as Niyati just expressed earlier, that it was formed way back in 2001. It was very clear, it's never built environment. India to be one of the global leaders, and it is true. India is demonstrating leadership in many ways. It's not only in green building. If you look at it, you must be reading the news and the media. So it was a very unique public-private partnership wherein CII, Confederation of Indian Industry, Government of Andhra Pradesh, USAID, and Pirojsha Goli Foundation. It was a unique public-private partnership which happened to make building a first green building, and it is known as the Center of Excellence for Energy, Environment, Green Building, Renewable. Lot of services are being rendered from there. It was inaugurated in 2004 on 14th of July by Dr. Abdul Sir. Green building movement, after that, there was no looking back, believe me. So with a meager footprint of 20,000 square feet, okay, today we are having 6,555 green building projects, 1,820 plus members. It has facilitated introduction of eco-label products, IGBC accredited professional 4,000 plus, trained over 30,000 more professionals, and it is an ongoing process. 250 plus IGBC student chapters and 27 IGBC regional chapters. 28 IGBC green building rating systems. See what happens, one size does not fit all. You must understand that. So IGBC understood what is the customization and what are the need and expectations, of the clients, which coming from a very diverse field. Okay. So if you look at commercial building itself, commercial building will have a core and shell, commercial building will have a fit out, commercial building will have a owner occupied, commercial building will have a different type of a typology. So I'm just giving you a flavor that even if you look at only one commercial building, the word commercial does not mean anything, So when you get into it says that design is very different from, okay, so detailing lies in each of the building, what you have to do. So that is why we understood the need and different type of a rating system has been rolled out. What is the definition? You will say, what is a green building? A lot of people have got misconception that if you put solar, if you put landscaping, okay, so green color does not give you the green building rating system. In a very common parlance, I would put it. So the first and the foremost very thing is two very important aspects which goes into the building, as earlier I narrated. It is water consumption and energy. So you have to optimize. Let's say, I'm not saying make it zero. One cannot make it zero. Okay, in net zero, you go towards zero. That's a different aspect. But first things first. So first you reduce. So that is you optimize. Whatever other natural resources are during construction, you have got a lot of materials, you have a lot of scrap which is coming out of it. So that is classified under natural resources. Can we reuse, recycle, reutilize, and generate less waste? So that is really very important. It provides a very healthier space for people as compared to common conventional buildings. So this is just to give you an analogy and do a comparative. Pancha Buddhas, that is the Indian way of Indian ethos, we are trying to revisit 5 elements of nature, Prithvi, Jal, Agni, Vayu, and Akash. So same thing, if you are comparing over here, we have got sustainable sites, okay, we have got modules, which is entirely addressing the green building rating system. And further, if you look at it, it's a very holistic systems. Earlier, if you look at it, there are a lot of rating system. If you take Bureau of Energy Efficiency, Bureau of Energy Efficiency has got a star rating system, but that addresses only the energy aspect. Here I'm saying it's a holistic, wholesome system. Right from the day you start your construction, it's a sustainable sites, then your water efficiency, even you are using your water during your construction, it's a significant amount. So what are the challenges? There are ways and interventions which you can put it across. It has got a lot of traction in the industry. It has found a lot of relevance, and people have accepted it willingly. So energy and atmosphere, material and resources, and last but not, which was very not even addressed, not even talked about, okay, in our lifetime when we started our career, it is indoor environmental quality. And today it has taken center stage, believe me, after this COVID and a pandemic, because a lot of old buildings also has been retrofitted to address the indoor environmental quality. Indoor air quality is a subset of the indoor environment quality. When we say environment, it's not air, believe me, it's much, much more than the air. So this is what I'm just giving you a gist. Types of green building in 5 climatic zones of the country, if you look at it. So as I just elaborated, there is a much, much more detailed elaboration, okay. So residential, hotel, hospitals, school, colleges, and factories. In fact, now let me just give you, because it's a college, and I'm sure everybody knows about it. You have got a NAAC certification happening. And I'm sure you are much knowledgeable than what I am in the NAAC certification, how the assessment goes about. So I'm working on some of the colleges where we look at a green audit or an energy audit, or you can say a blueprint audit, wherein a lot of aspects of this energy, water, waste, everything is addressed. And apart from it, a lot of colleges has gone in for a renewable energy also, which has really helped them in managing that cost. It's a win-win situation. It's not just for doing for the heck of it or saying that I'm having a renewable portfolio, but because with the net metering policies and a lot of things which are coming in, it's a win-win situation. There are tangible benefits, there are intangible benefits. So ultimately, the proof in the pudding is in eating, it says. So ultimately, it's the cost. It boils down to its cost. So how can we manage the cost? Okay, I'm using this word manage instead of reducing. Optimizing the life cycle economic performance. You take either a pump, you either take a tube light, you take a simple fan, which is very, very widely used in the colleges and the school. Today, I'll just share with you your conventional fan. If you go into the classroom and look at your fan, normal conventional fan, old fans consume 70 watts. Okay. Today, we have got a new technology called BLDC. It is 35. You go to Amazon, you will see Havells. I'm not advocating any brand. Please don't misunderstand me. Atomberg, super fans, 35 watt. Just simple calculation, 70 against 35. It's no brainer. So I'm just giving, it's only a tip of the iceberg. There are lots of ways and means where people can optimize the cost and sustain savings, that is energy and water saving. Why it is so? It's not a magical wand, okay? Because we are adhering to standards, and not only adhering to standard, we are doing better than the standard. That is why it is 20 to 30% and water. There is an Indian Plumbing Association, with they've got a lot of water standards and etc. Intangible benefit, obviously, environmental, impact on environmental, health and safety aspects. You must be seeing a lot of fires which are happening. So what is this audit? What is this assessment? It's not a fault-finding exercise. Your electrical systems, okay, is it really in the best of the health? It's like doing a health checkup every year where we do for our own body. So it's some sort of a health checkup is needed. So there are health and safety benefits, enhancement of occupant and improve productivity of the occupants. The objective is to seed the green ideas in the young minds. That was, we are doing it today. Okay, we are going across the length and breadth of the cross section of the lot of professionals and trying to disseminate this information, facilitate India to become one of the global leaders. So you see all the pictures over here, and we conduct a lot of training programs, tailor-made, be it at a generic level, be it at a very specific level, be it at a technical level. It depends what type of a cross-section of our audience or delegates we have. So IGBC provides, ultimately, there are a lot of activities for you, okay, for the colleges, green building lectures and seminars, whatever you want to know from us, we will be too glad to share with you, because we understand there is a big chasm or a gap between the academia and the professionals. Okay, if you ask me today to solve some of your problems, sorry, maybe I will not be that good in academics at the same, but practically, if you look at it, we have been working for the last 3 decades. So we have got a very good understanding on how things happen practically. So this is something where we say it's a hand-holding. green rallies, planting campaigns, Green Week celebration, which just happened, Green Week competition, and so on and so forth. IGBC certified building, visits. Unfortunately, since last 2 years, this has come to an halt. The moment things open up, obviously, we have also got green buildings. We invite you to come to Godrej. I'm very thrilled, and I was surprised. My colleague is with you, Mr. Prashanta Podar. We have worked on various projects, and he said hi and hello to me. It's really, really very encouraging to know that he's a faculty over there. So maybe he can talk about it later on. So, and obviously we have got Green Building Congress coming up very shortly. It's in the following month. So I really urge you to attend this, and you'll get a lot of information. So ultimately, what are the elements of a great career? So knowledge and challenges are there. So as a green designer, obviously that passion has to be there. So, and you address the need and the requirement. Now coming to the end, to sum up, India will see it is seeing, because we have been seeing since last 10 years, a significant paradigm shift, right from the supplier to the contractor to the developer. And people used to be very averse. Oh, green, it must be something. We are not aware of it. But if you go and talk that I want a low flow fitting, I want an energy efficient fitting, because of the star labeling systems, Bureau of Energy Efficiency, ECBC code, lot of awakening and lot of information gathering has happened across the cross section of the media in the market. So new design approaches, new materials, and lot of things are made in India. And still lot of push is happening. So believe me, the cost what it was earlier when we started off in say 2003 and 4, when I personally was involved. So the cost was nearly 10% high. Today it is hardly 2-3%. If you do your mathematics right, if you do your design and planning right, let me tell you that also. Even for the existing building, where we have changed the entire chillers, let me tell you, entire chilling system. It has cost me nearly, it depends on the size, but 70, 80 lakhs, even say 1 CR, But then the payback and whatever the safety norms today, what we are doing it and everything, it's a phenomenal improvement if you see. So every student should act as an ambassador. That is what our aspiration is, to come to and putting the lecture, to spread awareness on the green buildings and implement in the practical. So thank you very much. Be an integral part of the Indian green building movement. So for any further information, you have our stalwarts, my colleagues, whose names are over here. So with that, I end. Thank you very much. Any questions, I will be glad to take.
Thank you, sir, for such a passionate presentation. It was a pleasure to listen to you. Now, to launch the student chapter, I would like to call upon Architect Sandeep Shikre, sir, Chairman of IGBC Mumbai chapter.
Welcome to all the viewers, and I must say I'm extremely delighted and very happy to be here for our 19th launch of a student chapter. I'm personally an architect, and from an architect lenses, it's a great delight for me to welcome Harne College to join us as a student chapter. And I'm more delighted because this is a college where there is a engineering and there is an architecture. So from architect lenses, we say architecture is a creative science that combines art and engineering and develops a built environment. But the built environment is responsible for its functionality, its contextuality, its spirituality, and its sustainability. So it's a comprehensive approach that is developed through an association of an architect working on a design with several technocrats, several experts, which includes structural, mechanical, electrical, plumbing, firefighting, environmentalists. So it's a very cohesive science, and it's very important for all of us to understand that we must network with the fraternity. We must have our exposure to the real-time world. So that's the reason at IGBC we thought that we will develop a forum which is called a student chapter, whereby every architectural engineering college and its students will have an opportunity to meet with the professionals, to actually have a direct dialogue with the project proponents. And just now you saw a brilliant presentation by our Rumi sir. He has spent more than 35 years into this fraternity. giving immense amount of his knowledge, strength, and contribution. And this is exactly where we can synergize the combination of a young mind and the practicing peers. So, as Rumi sir explained, IGBC now has around 28 chapters all around the country, which includes all the tier 1 and tier 2 cities. We have more than 27 rating systems. So the purpose of developing rating system is that anything that you do, it should be numerically measurable. So once it is numerically measurable, it can be improved, and what is improved, that can be institutionalized. So that's a journey which we started almost 2 decades before with the great leadership of Dr. Jain. And today we have reached to a stage where 7.8 billion square foot of a footprint is already established, which is green, certified, silver rated, gold rated, and many of them are platinum rated. Our goal is to reach 10 million in another 2 years and become the global leaders. Currently, Indian Green Building Council is at number 2 in the world, United States being 1. But we are not far away from them. And our aspiration, by the time India becomes 75 years young, we should be able to do a 10 billion square foot of a footprint in our own country. And there's a lot that depends on the young minds who all are here. I'm glad that this particular college is shaping up very well. And I'm also glad to see the Honorable Trustee, Architect Rishi ji. He's also an architect, So it's an additional delight. My congratulations to the principal of Architectural College, Architect Trupti Vishwas, also to Dr. Patil, who's a principal of a College of Engineering, and also to the student facilitator and the faculty facilitator. Now you have an opportunity to be in touch with us. Once you are a student chapter, there will be lots of opportunities that will be given to you. We have our Mr. Sandeep Talalekar, who is the owner of our first platinum rated hotel in our country, a Jackson Hospitality. We have Bhavesh Bhai, who's also a great stalwart from Reliance Industry. Mr. Rajan Gaonkar is here, Rakesh Bhatia is here. So our committee is also completely filled with an amazing talent, and all of us are here aspired purely to give back to the fraternity. It's a non-profit making organization. It's ran with a great bylaws. So very soon we'll have a memorandum of understanding with you. And I think it's up to you how much you want to gain from us. As much as you have an appetite, we have more than that to give it to you. So once again, congratulations to all of you. All the best to all of you. Today we are in pandemic times, so we couldn't do this particular launch in a physical manner. But very soon, as these days are passing, I'm very sure that we'll have an opportunity to have a lot of physical sessions, a lot of physical visits to a platinum rated and great buildings those have been already developed and are in execution. I take this opportunity now to formally launch the student chapter and would request Pooja to kindly display the ceremony of launching the student chapter in Harni College. That really calls for an applause. Pleasure. It's a great pleasure. And as I mentioned, this is a beginning. There is a lot that needs to yet happen. We have another 18 chapters, and there are a lot of buzzing young talent is there. And our next goal is to form a committee within all of these colleges. And this particular committee made by the students, for the students, with the students, should then take this drive ahead to make the things more purposeful. So I would now hand over the dais to the compere to take it ahead. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Shikre sir. I must say it was quite an insightful session. Moving on to student development program. For this, I would like to call upon Mr. Sandeep Talalekar and Rajan Gaonkar. But first, introductions are in order. Mr. Sandeep Talalekar hails from Goa and is the managing director of Jackson Hospitality. The Jackson Inn, located in Falton, Maharashtra, is India's first IGBC LEED Platinum rated hotel in its class. Mr. Talalekar is a proud fellow of the Indian Green Building Council and is the member of the National Executive Committee. He is also a member of Executive Committee of the Hotel and Restaurant Association Western Region. He completed his master's education from US, and his goal is to achieve a life balance between family, work, service towards Mother Earth, and spirituality. Our co-speaker is a core committee member of IGBC Mumbai chapter, Mr. Rajan Gaokar, who is also the director at Global Skill. He resigned as a director from Johnson Controls to launch a social entrepreneurship venture which can help the underprivileged youth. His company promotes skill education for youth so that they can get jobs or are self-employed. As a contribution towards the society, he has been involved in various CSR activities and has worked with many NGOs. Mr. Gaokar not only holds a MBA but also a postgraduate diploma and has undergone trainings at IIM Ahmedabad and IIM Kolkata. He is the president for Mumbai chapter and the president for ISRE Thane chapter. Talaulikar sir and Gaokar sir, I will hand over to you from here.
Thank you. Rajan Bab, just give me 2 minutes to talk to the students, and we will then talk about the relevant topic. My next 2 minutes are addressed to Principal Biswas and to Niyati as a student chapter coordinator. I represent the owner. I'm not an architect. I'm not a technical engineer. I'm a person who takes out money and builds these buildings. So I want to let all your students know that if they are part of an organization today that does not believe in green, that does not give enough onus to green, then they are in a very bad shape, because it is a $4 trillion future, in the world. And today, owners of hotels who are passionate about green, like I am, and believe me, Rumi sir was the person who brought my hotel up to platinum rating, India's first platinum rated hotel. So I want to say simply that when I hire an architect, what do I ask? The first question I ask is, what is your passion for green? And number two, I go on the business side and I ask them, how much extra will it cost me? And this is a reality of life. When I built the hotel about 12 years ago, it cost me around 7% more than what I had budgeted, because I made it a platinum rated hotel. Believe me, today's world, being so much, in the world of IGBC and Green Pro and ISRE and all, so many things are happening, new technologies, new products. Today, the relationship is almost equal. There is no additional dollars or rupees you have to spend to make your project green. So this is reality, by the way. And number two, if your students are not well versed in green, then please, they are going to be on the defense instead of being on the offense in success. So please allow them to integrate themselves largely with IGBC, the rating systems, become APs if they have to. But as an owner, I will never hire an architect in future who does not understand green. So having said that, I ask my dear colleague, Mr. Gaokar, to explain. He has a beautiful vision that we want to launch with this student chapter, in fact. Gaokar Bab, please, all yours, sir.
Mr. Talaulikar, just because you mentioned, we are definitely going to take this up very aggressively.
Please.
I have joined this college, just a couple of weeks down, and the first thing that I took up on agenda is to launch the student chapter.
Fantastic.
And to start this collaboration with IGBC.
Fantastic.
So the passion and the intensity is both sides. Take it from me, and we will see to it that our students stay engaged in these activities as much as we can.
Fantastic.
I also take this opportunity to wave a hi to Sandeep Shikre sir, And at the beginning of the session, I don't know whether you had logged in around that time. I had insisted that I will do the introduction for Shikre sir, and that's how we had opened the session with yours and Rumi sir's introduction by me.
Certainly.
So I'm extremely glad. Yeah, I'm extremely glad that we could get your time today as speakers, and I just couldn't stop myself since you mentioned this. So I thought I'll add this comment, and yes, we can go ahead with the proceedings now. We look forward.
Sandeep bhai, sorry to interrupt. Sandeep bhai, Bhavesh here. Yes, as architect Trupti Biswas says, we have very long association with her. Trupti ji, how are you? Bhavesh speaking. Bhavesh Mehta.
I'm all good, sir, in a new role now and with lots of challenges. Opening it up with, joining hands with IGBC.
Yes, we are always there, ma'am. Okay. Yeah, carry on, Sandeep bhai. Sorry for interruptions. Yeah.
Please go ahead.
Principal Biswas, I'm also going to introduce to you the fact that our core Mumbai chapter chairman, Sandeep Shikre, also holds this annual walk around where he takes very interested students into green platinum rated buildings. And apparently, I think it's going to happen very soon. So I hope he invites all of us.
Yes.
And you also please invite all of us to your prestigious college. We would love to see all the students eye to eye.
Definitely love the premises, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, completely green. Yes. It's a 25-acre spread. We are looking forward for your visit.
Gaonkar Bab.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. Sorry, I'm traveling now, and so there could be some disturbances in the background. So apologies for that. And thanks for the introduction. Respected principal, faculty members, Sandeep Shikreji, Sandeep Talaulikar, Bhavesh, and my dear students. And also a warm, I would say, good afternoon to Rumi sir, who actually started the session with a fantastic presentation. So as Rumi sir said that, students are the brand ambassadors for, they can be the brand ambassadors for IGBC. And that's what I'm going to talk about today as to how the students can actually become a brand ambassador, how they can add value to themselves, and also give back to the society at large. So Pooja, can you share the slide if you don't mind? So we are launching a new, I would say, IGBC student development program today, and Harne College with Harne College, and we are happy to do that. And this is a brainchild, I would say, of Sandeep Talaulikar ji, Sandeep Shikre, and others in IGBC. So we are trying to see how we can involve students more in various activities, and that's how it could be help not only the technical part of it, because students do get a lot of technical inputs, but if they get, I would say, a development in their soft skills also, they can actually have an all-round personality. And that's what our intention is, that to give to the student not only the technical knowledge, but also I would say, the knowledge which can develop him on the softer skills side, the leadership side, the communication side, the organizing capabilities, planning capabilities, and many others. So it's said, POCL, planning, organizing, communicating, and leading are the kind of qualities of a leader, and how a leader can be developed is what we are trying to see. Can you share the slides further, Pooja, please? Next slide, please, Pooja. Hello, Pooja.
Rajan Bab, I think she had some technical difficulty.
I think so. She has got disengaged because of the network.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the thing dropped off. The presentation dropped off.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry, actually, okay, fine. So I'll just speak about it.
Yes.
Rather than waiting for that. So what we have developed here is kind of a plan for the students to engage them in various activities that we are doing. Okay. So I'll just go through some of the activities which are there. Give me a minute. So there are various committees which are there within IGBC as such, where the student can be a part. So some of the committees are Students Committee, Membership Committee, Advocacy and Government Committee, E-Newsletter Preparation, Sponsorship Committee, Programs and Events Management Committee, Marketing, which is there on as one more committee. So there are multiple committees, and the students can be a part of this as a subcommittee member, more like I would say a volunteer, like the way we are. And here, when he becomes a part of any of this committee, he learns under the respective leader as to how to plan and organize various programs, various activities. For an example, if you become a committee member of a membership committee, or maybe a students committee, because here Bhavesh ji and Sandeep ji both are there. So Sandeep Talawlikar ji is leading the students committee along with Bhavesh. So you will work closely with these leaders, and they will help you all to kind of organize a lot of programs. You will be a part of the next student launch programs which are there. You will help the the colleges to organize these student launch programs, the speakers, do the marketing of these programs, and various other activities which are there. And similarly, it will be for all the different activities. So what are the benefits, for the students if they get associated with IGBC as a student subcommittee member? So they are getting associated with a premier green buildings organization in the country. I mean, IGBC is one of the leading green building organization in the country with the largest number of green buildings under its belt. Then we will also be giving them a certificate, from IGBC Mumbai chapter for the work they are doing. So this certificate can help them during their, whenever they go for the interviews after their courses are over, and then it could really add value to them, the certificate that will be given. Third thing is excellent networking opportunities for career development. When you work with the subcommittees, you will be networking with a lot of industry leaders, you will interact with a lot of people who are working at a senior level in the industry, and that can probably give you a boost in your career. Then when you are interacting with a lot of speakers, so you also get to interact with speakers and the industry leaders. Your not only knowledge increases, but also, again, I say that, you're basically, after a student graduates, what he looks at is how his career can be developed. And for career development, what he requires is not only the academic skills, but the industry required skills. So he develops industry required skills, and also he does networking. So if he gets connected with the right people in the industry, his career can really blossom. And then other skills which I have already told you all will definitely come into play. So our appeal to you, students, would be that, you can connect back with Pooja or Bhavesh and give your names to be a part of any of these committees. So this is the first time we are launching this IGBC student development program, which is called as ISDP. And you can be the first few members, who could be the fortunate ones to be in a part of this committee, because we are not going to add too many members also in the committee. We want to have limited, maybe 2 or 3 students in each committee, and those students who actually become a part of this committee can really gain a lot. Yeah, so I think that's it from my side, and over to you, Sandeep ji. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Thank you, Rajan Bab. It is going to be incredibly valuable, your vision, and I think even Principal Biswas will buy into this, and we can start this with Bhavesh ji's blessings. Niyati, you can take on from us. We finished our time.
Thank you so much, Talawlikar sir and Gaokar sir, for that wonderful session. We, and I'm speaking on behalf of all the students here, look forward to become a part of the students committee. With that, let us continue on to the next speaker, architect Rekha Maluwati. Before getting to her presentation, I would like to introduce Rekha ma'am. Rekha ma'am not only holds a bachelor's degree from Hyderabad, but has also been actively engaged in part-time jobs during her academics as an assistant architect in various organizations, and also has experience of working in conservation project of British residency in Hyderabad itself. Starting a career in architectural MNC before shifting on to green buildings, Rekha ma'am is currently involved with the green building activities of CII Godrej IGBC. She holds a stunning portfolio of being in charge of IGBC green schools, along with her involvement in developing various green building rating systems and certifications. Associated with CII IGBC since 2008, she is also an accredited professional, a trained faculty, and an assessor. Rekha ma'am, thank you for dedicating your time today. We would like you to address the students and introduce them to green education.
Thank you for that introduction, and I thank all the management of the college as well as the committee of IGBC Mumbai chapter for their time and giving us this opportunity. So we once again welcome the college faculty, the students, everyone to our IGBC family. So let me introduce you to our since already the Rumi sir, Sandeep, everybody has given you the. I hope my screen is visible now.
Yes, ma'am, it is.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for that confirmation. So already has given set the platform and given the information and the introduction to IGBC, what we do, and being a part of this student chapter, how the students can contribute to this green building movement. So let me take a few more minutes on introducing you to the green education, because yes, not only for students, for all of us, education is a continuous process. We always try to learn on what are the new things or the trends are happening and try to improve our knowledge and implement them in our projects which we are implementing. So within a vision of to provide the training the students and the professionals in green buildings, we have launched green education services, and we have particularly developed a course on the green built environment, which is applicable for architectural and engineering students. So in form of engineering, we are looking for the civil, mechanical, and electrical and the environmental departments. Maybe for others, these subjects wouldn't be much relevant. The target college students, we are going to. So, and when we talk about the career or how the sustainable development is going in the country, as you all saw from Mr. Rumi sir's presentation, that there is a growth in the construction industry as well as the green buildings in the country, and this growth is definitely going to grow in the next few years. And being a developing country, this also demands, and there is a requirement for the professionals when we are implementing this growth or the construction of the green buildings. So they say that according to the market survey, every year they would require 1 lakh trained green building professionals. So when I say 1 lakh, maybe it's not just at the architectural firms or the consultancy firms. They would require at the developers or at the corporates also. They're having their own sustainability cells now. They would require a professional in that departments, even at the contractors, the project management team, or even the manufacturers. They would like to go in a sustainable way. So everywhere there are opportunities required for these green building professionals. And also not only from the private sector, even at the government sector, if you see, the government has come up with policies with the Smart City Development, Swachh Bharat Mission, ECBC compliance, and the B star rated labeling. All these are related to the sustainability and the UN SDG goals, where they are related to the environment, sustainable development, or the green buildings. So these all also are giving the lot of opportunity for the people and creating jobs in terms of the sustainability topics. And also to just add on, the green building movement, as you thought, the buildings have increased. It also has emerged a few services and the new consultancies in the market. The 2 decades before, when there was no green building movement, these were not there. So the movement has facilitated these new services and opportunities like green building consultants. So many of the architects and the other engineers, now they're becoming also, along with their regular services, they are providing green building consultancy, where they're facilitating the projects to implement the green concepts and get the certification as well. And there are energy simulators in the market where at the design stage itself, they're trying to use the simulation tools and help the projects on how to orient building better, or how to choose the better envelope so that the energy conservation can be done. And there are commissioning agents where whatever the better equipment and systems you have implemented, whether they are integrated properly or how it can be run smoothly, the commissioning agents are going to do and help out the projects. And though we are IGBC, and you can see our chapter members are also part of this movement, we are not enough in training the lakhs and lakhs of people we are having. So we are also looking forward for the trainers. They are the trained trainers in the market from IGBC who are spreading the awareness more on the green building principles and trying to do. So there is another service on that. And as part of the certification programs, we have third-party assessors who assess the documents submitted by the project teams. So there is a third-party assessors certain consultancy also. So these all are the another new opportunities arrived because of the green building movement in the country. So taking this few insights from the earlier slides, we understand that yes, there is requirement for the green building professionals more and more in the country. So towards that vision, to enable India to have largest pool of professionals in the green belt environment, IGBC has launched Green Education Services. And also one of the main objective of this program is to facilitate the academia and industry linkage, and also to develop the students to become industry ready in terms of the sustainability concepts. So in this green education program, of course, the students, the faculty and the institutions have various benefits. So when we address about the students, where they are large in number, so you are the future of the country, the students, you are going to be the future professionals and going to build this country. So the students who are participating in this education program, they're going to have the more information on the green buildings, not just at the construction, it's from the design, construction and the operational level. So it's a true holistic approach we are looking forward. And of course, when the pandemic settles and we regularly try to facilitate the site visit to the certified projects to the students, so they can have the practical experience to the projects. And also there is always new trends and technologies we see these days coming on. We are never stopping at one place. The green buildings also, we are no more talking about just achieving savings. We are moving towards net zero. So there are always new trends and technologies are coming. So through green education program, we are trying to spread more information and knowledge on this new concepts to the students. And the rating systems, because when you become professionals and if your clients are looking forward for the certification, you should be aware what are the things available. So there will be also exposure on that. Finally, since all these are getting into already into your academics, and as we are the industry association, we have already given information to all our members that yes, we are training students at the college level itself, and they are getting more information on the sustainability. So they are aware, and in fact, these our industry members are looking forward for this students as a priority when they are going for recruitment. And students are getting, after the course is completed, they get a certificate which is IGBC accredited associate, which is going to be IGBC AP associate, it will be termed as, and this will be add-on qualification to the students. Okay, how the course has been developed. So usually we know throughout the country, they go for the semester courses. So we have developed as a semester course. So above the 6th semester, we recommend colleges can implement this as part of elective course or as part of their curriculum itself. We are happy to announce that many universities across the country, like VTU in Karnataka, the Gujarat Technological University in Gujarat, MS University Baroda, SRM University in the Chennai, to name few, where they have already accepted and they are part of, we have signed a MOU with them and they have taken this as part of their curriculum. So in the semester for the students, they are running this course and covering all the topics of the green buildings will be addressed in this. And in terms of the approach, of course, there is an benefits to the institution and faculty. Also, as I said, industry institution linkage will be increasing. There will be more network and the capacity building for the college faculty will be done. And faculty also will get a recognition as IGBC accredited faculty. In form of methodology, first, whoever the colleges are showing interest, we are trying to have the MOU or the other kind of proposals with the educational institutions. And first level, we are training the trainers. So the colleges are nominating the students, nominating the faculty. So these faculty will be trained by IGBC. So then the IGBC trained faculty will be taking the course throughout in the college. And in between the course, definitely IGBC will be happy to support in terms of expert talks, clarifications sessions, or the exclusive webinars and the site visits we will be able to do. And at the end of the course, students can appear the online exam and whoever qualifies will get accredited as IGBC AP Associate. At the college level, yes, we are running as an courses. Besides that, we understand many of the students were requesting, they want to have exclusive courses from IGBC. So without even the college, some students where has been not already introduced the green education program. If they are looking for courses, we are running online courses every month. This month, the program is also running. In fact, today after this session, I have to go to that section where the 2 weeks program, this is online course. The students from the various engineering and architecture college students can participate in this course. It's an online program, 10 days after evenings we do, so that academic session doesn't get affected. So evening 4 to 7, we run the online course. And the same thing, all the concepts are explained towards this course and the students get take the exam and get accredited. And also we are happy to inform you that IGBC Green Education Program has been recognized by the All India Council for Technical Education, AICTE, and as an emerging subject. We also organize faculty development programs where your faculty can also be part of this FDPs, and whoever the participates in this, they get mutual certificate from the AICTE as well as the IGBC accredited faculty certificates. And I also take opportunity to invite all of you for our international conference called Green Building Congress. So we are having this program in November 18 to 20th November 2021. It's an international conference. We are going to have the speakers from the national level, also the international level, where you have good exposure on the new technologies and the concepts of green buildings. And also there will be expo where a lot of green products and the materials will be exhibited, so you can gain knowledge there as well. And for architectural students, especially being you are an architectural students, every year we run in a competition. So it's called Architectural Design Competition. You can participate in this competition as well, and the winners will be felicitated at our Green Building Congress. And also today we have launched student chapter. At the conference, at the international conference, we also have exclusive session for the IGBC student chapters annual meet. We'll definitely send separately invite to all of you, and you can be definitely part of this. And I'm sure the students will gain more knowledge from this conference as well. So that's about to give you information on the our green education program. So I would like to say that so the green buildings, we are not just saying this is to the, as the earlier speakers have indicated, we are covering across 29 rating systems addressing the various building sectors. So our vision is working forward as environment for all. So, and also the Buckminster Fuller, the famous saying says that best way to predict the future is to design it. You all are the future of our country and for the global level also. So let us, the places wherever we live, learn, work, or anywhere the human intervention is there, let us build towards the sustainability and make our country as a more developed country towards the sustainability. Thank you all. Thank you for your patience listening.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for that enlightening and encouraging presentation. With this, I would like to introduce our next speaker, committee member, Mr. Bhavesh Mehta. Mr. Mehta is a mechanical engineer by profession, working in Reliance Industry Limited as Deputy General Manager. He has a diversified portfolio spanning over 25 years of industry experience, working at different positions in companies like Blue Star, Voltas, and LG Electronics. He has attended various international conferences on HVAC at Abu Dhabi, Colombo, Sri Lanka, Doha, Qatar, and Madrid, organized by ASHRAE. He is also a part of the technical committee of Smart City Guidelines formed by CII IGBC. He is actively involved in IGBC Platinum Rating certification for Reliance BKC School, RCP Navi Mumbai Headquarters, and Jamnagar Township. With this strong work portfolio, we welcome you on board, sir. You can take ahead the presentation and share a few words with the students. We are all ears to you.
Hello. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you're audible.
But I cannot hear you. Anyway, yeah, I cannot hear you. But since I'm audible to each one of you, first of all, on behalf of CII IGBC Mumbai chapter, I thank the entire team of Harne College of Architecture for arranging the wonderful session on launching of the IGBC student chapter at your college. Respected Principal Architect Trupti Biswas, Trustee Rishikesh Harne Saab, Dr. Patil Saab, Sandeep Shikre Saab from our IGBC Mumbai chapter, the chapter chairman, Sandeep Talalikar Saab, Rajan Gaukar Saab, and our team from Hyderabad. It's really a great pleasure to be a part of this committee and to work with you. And at this time, I would like to appreciate the efforts by Architect Ketki Gupte, because I still remember since 3 years we are planning to launch a chapter in your college, and finally the dream comes through. Ketki ma'am, big hats for you. You made a very nice effort for launching this chapter in your college. We are always there, and in fact, I have planned to visit your college just before pandemic, but unfortunately, because of the situation, I could not visit your college. But I am sure that in days to come, when the pandemic situation will be little bit improved, rather, then we will visit your college, and that's all. One more thing I would like to add. One thing, when Rumibai has said about the Atomberg fan, okay, a small ceiling fan. Now, how the energy consumption or energy conservation has been made in that particular fan. As a part of my Reliance thing, I have inspected a similar fan in Navi Mumbai for my own requirement, our own requirement at Reliance Industries. It was the Gorilla Make fan, which is also available on the Amazon. But when you taste the fan, what is a ceiling fan? A ceiling fan is been needed by everyone. Every house is with ceiling fan. Okay. So as Rumibai says, I have measured the power consumption, I measured the air quantity, I measured the noise level, I measured the voltage fluctuation in their own factory, and it has been proven that the conventional fan, which can take 78 to 79 watts. Now this particular fan has taken only 29 watts at variable voltage condition. See, variable voltage condition is very important in India, because we are having a different climate, we are having a different power condition at different state class, tier A, tier B, tier 3, tier C, tier D cities. So it is really good, and I'm happy once again we are launching a chapter in your college. I would like to say that's all. Thanks once again, Architect Ketki, for supporting us, for launching this chapter to your college. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Niyati. Thanks for a nice. You manage the scenario, manage the show very nicely. Thanks. Thanks a lot once again, Ketki ma'am.
Thank you, Mehta sir. That was really nice of you. And we would like to have your entire team over here in our college. Thank you so much. I'm architect Ketki Gupte.
I cannot hear actually. My
Sir,
voice is not there. I cannot hear.
Nearly, am I audible to you?
There is some.
You're
Actually, I
perfect.
joined from my mobile handset, so I cannot hear.
You're perfectly
Some issue
audible.
with my handset. Yeah.
Ma'am, you're audible.
Okay, I'm architect Ketki Gupte, faculty at B.R. Harne College of Architecture. And on behalf of my entire team of BRH COA, I take this opportunity to thank all of you for this wonderful session today. It was a privilege to be associated with IGBC and the launch of student chapter in our college. It is our honor to have all the esteemed dignitaries today who shared their valuable vision and ignited passion in our students. Thank you, Rumi Engineer Sir, Sandeep Shikre Sir, Sandeep Tarulekar Sir, Rajan Kaikar Sir, Rekha Ma'am, and Mehta Sir for your gracious presence today, making this session so memorable for us. We really appreciate it. Thank you, Pooja Bansal Ma'am, for your meticulous coordination today that has made this event so successful. I would also like to take this opportunity to thank our trustee, Mangesh Harne sir, who has been very supportive, and without his support, launch of this chapter would not have been possible. Thank you, Rishikesh Harne sir and Patil sir. Your support, continuous support and encouragement is very important to us. Next, I would like to thank our dear Principal Ma'am, Trupti Biswas Ma'am, whose passion and enthusiasm is always very contagious, and it always encourages us all to do our best. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so
Last
much.
but not the least, I take this opportunity to thank our entire family of BRH COA, our respected faculties, and all my dear students. This platform is for all of you. I'm sure you'll benefit a lot from all of this. Thank you so much. And finally, I would like to thank our support from our student council and also Mr. Harshal Kedar for his enthusiastic participation today and making everything possible. With this, I take your leave. Thank you, everyone. Stay safe.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
We'll stay in touch and
Yeah.
we'll stay coordinated on, how can we go ahead with further more programs for our students. We really look forward for this.
Sure. Thank you. Welcome.
Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Thank you, Rumi. We'll keep in touch.
Yeah.
We'll keep in touch.
Good to hear you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Rumi bhai, thank you very much. I have
Yeah.
joined again. I have rejoined the meeting. Rumi bhai, namaste. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Always from you.